Hello and welcome to Poland vlog number 4. This is covering weeks 5 and 6 already, up to basically like the first half of October. We pick up where I left off in the last one with my parents visiting. We spent the whole day on Cathedral Island exploring some cool like old churches and archaeological ruins of a castle from like 800 years ago. So that was cool. And then we get up to this weekend where there's another castle, so stay tuned for that. Another cool thing on Cathedral Island is the lamplighter. This little tiny chunk of Wrocław is one of the last remaining places in Europe that still does like old-fashioned gas lamps, and there's someone whose job it is to go around at like dusk every night and light the lamps. There's like a horde of tourists always like following them around, trying to like capture the magical moment. It is pretty cool. It's kind of funny because he just like walks around with a blowtorch on a long pole basically. So I hope he doesn't like run into any trees or anything with that. He's gotta watch out. But it was very cool. It was great to see my parents and then have a few days of class, and then we were off on the next trip for our study tour to Krakow. On the way to Krakow, we stopped at the foliage salt mine, which is a really cool underground like tour experience. And our tour was starting at a specific time, so while we were waiting, we got to explore this health spa sanctuary thing, and all of those little sticks that you see that form the wall, there's this cycle of salt water that goes around them. So now we have entered into the salt mine, and there were so many steps. We were just going down and down and down, several different levels, and then in the caves, basically they're caves, but mine shafts, we got to see all kinds of really cool chambers and rooms and things that I wouldn't have even thought were possible to make out of salt that many meters under the ground. A few things that stood out as particularly remarkable were this underground salt cathedral, or church. Basically, you can have a wedding here, and it's absolutely massive. It's like the largest underground church ever. And then there were also some underground saltwater lakes that were so cool, and it was kind of trippy to see like how reflective they were and how everything is just made of salt. I would like to state for the record that there was a spot on the tour where the tour guide said that we were allowed to lick the walls, and I did lick the walls, and I can confirm that they are in fact made out of salt. That was the old town center in Krakow, which is very beautiful by night, especially everything is all lit up and there's all kinds of people out like every single night, selling flowers and chatting and dancing, and it's very cute, very fun. The church was built before the city blocks were built, so everything's kind of out of alignment, but makes it fun and unique. We went on a walking tour with a like guest lecturer kind of, through some of the most important historic sites in the city. So you'll see a first glimpse of Wawel Castle, which I will later on in this video go back to in greater detail, and through some other parts of the city. After our walking tour, I took myself to see a few more things, like the outer city gate, which was that last clip. And I also went to see something I didn't even know was in Krakow, but a Leonardo da Vinci painting, The Lady with the Ermine, which I learned a lot about while I was in Italy studying abroad. So it was kind of like a silly crossover connection, but I randomly went and saw that, and like my student ticket cost 27 cents converted to USD, so that was very nice. And if you want to see that, go look at my Instagram. I'm out to dinner and I have my own little like private room that they stuck me in, because I'm by myself and I'm not really sure what's happening. This place is like very cutesy but also like very granny kind of. There's someone playing the piano, so that's fun. I think they forgot about me for a while in my little secluded cubbyhole, but I finally flagged down a waiter to order. So there's the outside world. It's very drapey. Like, I really don't know what this room was originally intended for, but here I am. So I didn't realize that when I ordered pancakes with apple, because they had like savory ones too, I didn't realize they meant crepes, like rolled up, but it has caramel sauce on it and smells amazing, so this should be good. Today, as part of our study tour, we went to visit Auschwitz-Birkenau, which wasn't something I felt like I should film, but I did want to mention it just because it is important, and it was definitely a really impactful experience. Our tour guide was really insightful and informational. I learned a lot, felt a lot. It was also raining the whole time, and I just felt like it was kind of fitting, like a dreary day to be in such a tragic place. Kind of made sense. I also seem to have gotten myself a cold somehow, and apparently Europe doesn't believe in tissues, or at least not supplying them in hotel rooms, so I took a toilet paper roll. This was a brand new toilet paper roll, like 3 times as big as it is right now, in my bag when we left at 6 a.m. this morning, and this is how much is left. Okay, this is like day 2 of the cold, when it's like the icky, runny, gunky stuff. This is so lovely, but hopefully I'm gonna get a good night's sleep tonight, and tomorrow is our last day in Krakow, and I'm going back to the castle because castle research, and I hope it's going to be fun and amazing and lovely. As promised, I did go back to Wawel Castle for my research. I realized that I didn't actually film that much inside of the castle itself, but you can see a few of the different views from around the castle. This was a postcard exhibit, like a temporary exhibit they had. They had several different underground archaeology type exhibitions, which definitely drew my attention. So that was definitely a fun extra piece of it that I wasn't really expecting to be as involved as it ended up being. I also climbed a tower, as I'm wont to do when provided with the opportunity, and I went to the Dragon's Den cave, and discovered the legendary dragon of Vavel Hill, which was a really fun, goofy experience. It was a cool cave though. There were a lot of craggy stalactites and things, and you could see like specific points were dripping and little openings up to the sky. Ta-da! That was the dragon of Vavel Hill. It's real. It breathes fire. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. I thought it would be more of like an animatronic, like the dragon at the Gringotts ride at the Universal kind of thing, but it wasn't, and that's okay. Like, people were still really intrigued by it. I was really still intrigued by it too. And then I went up in another tower. I felt the need to document the hot chocolate tragedy I suffered during my castle visit. And that was the last of our study trip to Krakow. So we rode our bus back in the dark. It was a long day, and it's getting darker earlier here because Christmas is coming. I don't know. Hello and welcome to another grocery haul. I'm hanging my phone from a hair tie and a paper clip on my shelf, which is why it keeps shaking. I hope it stops though. Maybe it will. Anyways, grocery haul. I don't know, I guess I'm just gonna keep doing these throughout the semester because I think they're fun. I bought some chamomile tea because it's just nice to have around, especially now that it's like kind of cold weather time. Bananas. I got the least yellow ones I could find. More Cheerios. I have 2 full bags right now. Yeah, and then one that I'm about to finish. So I needed a new one. I have peach, passion fruit yogurt. So we'll see how that is. And strawberry yogurt. So I still have this pink granola from the other day. Other shopping trip. Apples. And more of these thingies. But I couldn't find the big ones today. I went to a different grocery store than last time because the other ones were like way taller. But you know, 3 different kinds. And carrots. So hopefully they don't get weird and mushy. I was gonna get cucumbers, but then they were all weird and mushy. And we're leaving in another week for another trip, so it's just like, whatever. I also went to the pharmacy, drugstore, whatever, got a new toothbrush for when my cold is gone, because apparently you're supposed to do that. I don't know if it's actually true or not, but be on the safe side. I got more cough drops because I was out. If you know me, you know I love Ricola cough drops. I was hoping they would have the elderberry ones because in Europe the purple Ricola are elderberry, which is one of my favorite flavors.
but in the US, the purple flavor is just like mixed berry or something. But they didn't have a purple one, so I got cranberry and then regular, and I already had one on the way home because I ran out. And then like hand sanitizer, because I'm kind of out of that too. So yeah, that's my haul for the day. Happy Monday. Hello. I just spent like 2 hours crashing out over buying tickets to things because I'm planning like trying to just plan the rest of the trips I'm taking for the rest of the year, like the semester. And I booked a few things last night, spent a lot of money. I was trying to book more things tonight with one of my friends who's gonna come with me on one of my castle trips this weekend, except like I booked the hotel, and that's like at the castle, and we got like the train tickets to there, and then we can't get tickets to the actual castle because the website doesn't accept like non-Polish bank transfers, and there's not just a credit card or debit card option, because they really just have to be annoying. So I just sent a very long email, and I guess on Saturday you'll see if there are clips of me being at a castle or not. So we'll let you know how that goes, because like, yes, I can buy tickets at the gate like when I get there for the castle itself, but we're also trying to get into this like spooky nighttime Halloween themed like castle ghost tour thing, and that ticket, it also wasn't letting us get online on the website, because it's the same system. And that one, I don't know if you can get that in person, because I think they're gonna sell out. So other than crashing out about booking tickets to things, I had just a regular week of class, basically. In one of my classes, we took a site visit to this allotment garden place, and it was so pretty. Like, everything is just completely autumn now, and it's so lovely and amazing, and it was very pretty and fun to see like how some of them are like more focused on produce, some of them are more like floral, but yeah, that was a cool site visit. I also started an internship this week at the Archaeological Museum here in Wrocław, so that's kind of fun. I just went out, it's like 8:30 p.m. to buy milk and bread because I ran out of those things. And I'm going away for the weekend. It's Friday. I'm going on that castle trip tomorrow, but I ran out of milk, and I want milk for my cereal. In case you were wondering, that's what my wild Friday nights look like, going out to the store and getting milk. Anyways, the next morning, my friend Sarah and I got on our train to go castling. Also, the train station here in Wrocław looks like a castle too, so it's like a pre-castle castle.
This clip really does not do justice to the beauty of the fall foliage, but I promise it was a lot better actually looking out at it in person. We also had a train stopover in Katowice, which was very pretty, before arriving at the castle. So this castle is called, I believe I'm saying it right, Ogrodzieniec Castle. And unlike the other castles I've visited so far, it's in ruins, which is interesting because it was inhabited in the 16th century, only 500 years ago. And I've visited castles here so far that are older than that, but are in better condition. So it really makes you wonder. like weird witchy room situation. Not really sure what's going on there. No information about this sword. These people are all not real, which is not scary at all. Yeah. Okay, going through the secret tunnel, spooky tunnel. I'm very intrigued to see what is in here.
The castle was a bit odd in the lack of information. And I understand that like it's open air and they can't have like a ton of plaques and like written material because it's like gonna not be protected by the weather. There were a few small informative things, like one in each room, but it was like the little map they gave us was kind of hard to follow, and you're like going up and down stairs, and like I understand that some rooms or like some levels there are more rooms that exist than others, so they're trying to show you as much as you can, or as much as they can, but it's still a little like complicated. But it was definitely interesting and unique in terms of all of the castles I've seen so far.
It's like 6 p.m. and I'm going to another part of the castle that's like a stronghold. It's reconstructed because it's wooden. But I'm like having a very peaceful walking down like a lonely road in Europe in the fall vibe. It's very pretty. Let me have it focus on something. Why is it so big? There's a tiny dog. Oh my goodness.
That did cut off kind of abruptly. I was not expecting to be barked at. After I passed the house with the barky dogs though, I realized that I was like in the woods. To get to that stronghold reconstruction, like it was kind of a hike through woods and it was kind of getting dark, so I was like, should I really be here? But I went and I took pictures and I turned around and left. It was a little spooky. But I survived. And yeah, that was pretty much the end of the day. My friend and I went out to dinner after that and then like crashed in the hotel basically. And yeah, that was Saturday. Today's Sunday now that I'm talking. And I will show you more in the next vlog of the train ride home with the beautiful foliage, because that was today, but you don't get to see that yet, so you have to wait at least a week. Haha, I'm reeling you in with suspense. I don't know if that'll work or not, but in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.